Heisman Trophy, sir. Do you have your eye on this conversation at all in the midst of what you're doing? Because I imagine you've got a vote coming right now.
I'm watching the college football landscape play out, and I would have to say this. I was not a big proponent for all of the conference changing, but man, it has really made college football exciting again. Getting a chance to watch Oklahoma play Alabama in week 11, right? Getting a chance to see Cal University go down and play Florida State, like those are matchups that we never thought that we would get, and obviously the players are doing their thing. I know we see Cam Ward. I know we see the running back from Boise State who are doing electric things. And my guy, Dylan Gabriel out there in Oregon, I mean, you can't take nothing away from him because he's undefeated, leading the Big Ten Oregon Ducks.
That's right.
To undefeated season. So I think it's exciting what's going on. And I know whoever wins that award will be honored.
Well, I mean, is your vote in? Have you?
My vote has not been placed yet.
Okay, so can it be influenced by somebody's performance over the next 2 weeks? Is what you're saying?
I would say this: as a quarterback, I tend to lean towards quarterbacks.
But that kid in Colorado that plays both ways, Jameis, Travis Hunter, one of Prime's multiple Heisman Trophy candidates, is the real thing.
I know Travis Hunter is a superstar, and what I like hearing about Travis Hunter more than just his skill on the field is his character, who he is off the field, not going to parties, not getting involved in anything that's not required to be an all-star athlete. But I probably would pick Shedeur over him. I'm just saying, like Shedeur is the one that's giving him these opportunities on the football field, and I think what he is doing in that conference is more electrifying, because I remember growing up and watching Colorado, and as a quarterback, for you to change the whole culture of your team and to go out there and put in great games, one game after a time, like despite the outcome of the game, Shedeur Sanders is playing some of the most elite football that I've seen from a college perspective. And I'm so grateful to talk about him because, they talk about the HBCUs and it is like, since that kid has been playing for his dad's team in high school, they have been doubting that kid. And to see him rise above and take on every single challenge, like that's really my pick. I know their record is going to affect some of the voting, but man, just the way that he's been leading, and I would say he's been leading up under the shadow of his father, of who his father is, remaining poised, remaining consistent, and going out there and just doing his job, man. So that's been more fun to watch from a quarterback perspective than to see the God-given abilities that Travis Hunter has used, making his Charles Woodson type of Heisman ballot.
Yeah, no doubt. His candidacy is valid. There's no doubt about it. And do you think, I asked this question to Johnny Manziel, fellow Heisman Trophy winner, a fellow Heisman Houser of yours, when he was here just a couple weeks ago. Do you think Travis Hunter can do the both offense, defense thing in the NFL? Do you think he can do that? It's no doubt that he can do both. Huh. It is just the question that I would have him, like what does your heart desire? He's playing for a head coach who's done something that not all athletes can say that they have done, played in a Super Bowl and played in a World Series. So he's functioning from an energy, and he's having people that are in his ear that have done the inevitable. So yes, it is possible, but I know the detail, the precision of this NFL game, I mean, it requires you to be so focused on your job. And if his job consists of playing receiver and DB in the NFL, then, I mean, that's glory to God, like that's amazing. But I'm sure a lot of people can do that. Probably not to his caliber, but I would love to see him do whatever his heart desires, whether that's DB, whether that's receiver, or if it's both. I know he'll be electric. Yeah, me too. I'd love to see it too. And with Prime, don't forget on top of the World Series and the Super Bowl, hosting SNL, Must Be the Money, all of this stuff too. Don't forget, he did all of those. He touched on every single pop culture touch point, that's prime.
Well, he is, man. He's one of my favorite athletes of all time.
Me too.
And it's amazing to see his leadership and to see how he's leading for the kingdom, how he's preaching what God's word, and he's leading his kids from that energy, from that perspective. And he's not compromising. And that's one of the most beautiful things about leaderships. Like, you see some leaders that get forced into a place of compromisation, even if that's a word, but forced into a place of compromise. And he has not compromised. He has held his kids to a very high standard. He has been honest and truthful. And I'm excited for my fellow Seminole alumni.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.